Yeah, so that's totally true. I'm the janitor at Freedom Fitness. That's already funny, making me feel great about the way I make a living, right? I'm a tech student too, but like being a janitor is like, you know, you save money when you go out, you know, you're the easiest person to cock block in the room. Like you talk to a girl, your friend like interrupts you, he's like, and he's a janitor at Freedom Fitness. You don't have to spend any money buying like anybody drinks, right? The only thing is you get like way too drunk and you find yourself cleaning up the restroom in the bar. Sweep this up. People never want to do that. Funny. You've seen somebody do that? They probably work there. But, yeah, people like, they don't want to make eye contact with you, right? Like when you're cleaning and stuff, it's like, you're not going to catch janitor, buddy. Like, it's poor life decisions. It's pretty poor life decisions. You're all right, you know. You're pretty safe. No, but you always catch people like they did something bad, right? Like, I love like just going in there like real quick, like just boom, and I start cleaning, you know. And somebody's like gets out the restroom, they like kind of look down, like they're ashamed of what they did. It's like, I always think in my head, do they think I'm gonna immediately go and like clean that stall right after they took a dump? Like, you know, I'm not gonna just go right after you, but sometimes I do just to make them feel weird. As soon as they walk out, it's still like hot in there and stuff. I'm just looking like I'm real upset, like I have no choice. Just gotta clean it right now. Thanks, man. Thanks. You know, and it's a gym, so everybody's on supplements. That means nobody is taking a solid poop. Like, it's like cleaning like a baby's diaper. Like, if the baby was just like laying on the floor, just, not even make any sense. You're just like, it sounds pretty bad. It's a baby laying on the floor. Whatever. Yeah. And then you get the fakers that like, you know they never wash their hands in real life, but you're in the restroom watching them, so they just wet them and then dry them off. Like, don't do that. Like, come on, just be honest with yourself and do like everybody else does. Don't wash your hands and touch everything on your way out. Like, God, it's so disgusting. But I like my job. Let me see. Oh yeah, I also work at Sears. I have 2 jobs. So I heard somebody talking about the economy and it's hard, you know, whatever. BS. I'm a job hoarder. I got, including this, 3 jobs. So, well, this is kind of like a job if we get any tip money. Just let you guys know. No, but working at Sears, like, it was pretty tough. I was up against a lot of competition. You know, there's people with degrees that, you know, they gotta pay back their student loans, so they're trying to get part-time jobs. You know, and I don't have a degree, but I did have an advantage. I've been Mexican way longer than they have. How many years experience in sales do you have? No. You're hired, sir. You are hired. Yes. Thank you. I imagine that's how everybody's grandma talks, right? Everybody's grandma talks like that. If you're Mexican. If you're white, your grandma talks really normal, I guess. I don't know. I never get invited to my white friends' houses. Not because they don't invite me, it's just, I just hate it because anytime something's missing, like I still get, some of my friends from like 5th grade will call me up and be like, hey Narby, I can't find my yearbook. Do you happen to know where it's at? No? You think I stole it? Well, like I only have one Mexican friend and I remember you stayed the night back in '94, so. And I haven't really looked for it since then, so just assume that I stole it, right? Because I'm the Mexican janitor. I have a kid though too, and it's really awesome raising kids, especially when you're Mexican, because it's really easy. We just neglect them, right? Just like we just treat them like our dogs, leave them outside all day and beat them every now and then. But yeah, the dogs are neglected for a reason because they bite. You ever wonder why every Mexican's pit bull is just chained up in the back? It's because it's neglected and it bites. That's one thing that kids and animals have in common. You neglect them, they'll bite random people. Grandma, I'm gonna go play in the backyard. No, mijo, Tito's chained up back there and he bites. All right, well, I'm gonna just stay in here and play with Mikey. No, mijo, Mikey bites too. That's why every little Mexican kid's in the front yard just playing. Don't they have backyards? Their dogs are gonna bite them. I'm really sleepy right now, I'm sorry. That's just part of being Mexican, like, you get real sleepy. Like, Mexicans, we get sleepy after everything. We eat and we take naps. We smoke too much, we take naps. You know, make love too quick, we take naps. You know, but one thing Mexicans don't do, one thing Mexicans don't sleep after is a night of drinking. Every single Mexican will try to fight their dad after one night of drinking. You're not gonna go to sleep, you're gonna stay up and argue about everything that's ever happened since you were 5 years old, even if you've resolved it twice already. And then your uncle's hitting on your mom, your dad wants to fight him, but he wants you to jump in. He's younger than me, mijo, get him! He's 15 years older than me! Let's jump him. That's a bad idea because he has like 12 kids. White people like that, they're like, yeah, Mexicans have lots of babies, you admitted it. You can say all I want to, you can, it's cool, we got lots of babies. Not me though, just smart. I always think like, what if I was white? You know, like back in the day. It's cool to be white now, but it was way cool back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. I'd be the worst slave owner ever though, I'm too polite. Here's my impersonation of the worst slave owner ever. Hey you, pick that up whenever you get a chance. You know, it's cool, I'll do it. No offense to any black people in here, because you weren't slaves first, the Jews were. And Britney Spears was also a slave, she was a slave for you. I like you. Let's keep her laughing. Yeah, that wasn't a racist joke. Because here's how you know if you're racist or your friends are racist. You go through the checklist and they start saying things like, man, have you ever noticed black people are real fast? Like, yeah, you know, and they got big noses and like, okay, yeah, that's kind of true. They got big lips, like, okay. You know, but if they say, but that big dick thing's a myth, they're fucking racist. They are racist. You know, if they throw that in there, they got huge penises. You're like, okay, yeah, you're maybe a little misinformed on some things, but yeah, I can see, like, you're just ignorant, you know? But they deny that, then they're racist. That's just racist. People are talking about Facebook. I like Facebook. I use Facebook a lot, especially the layaway feature. Fellas, you know what I'm talking about? You guys look like you know what I'm talking about. That's when you find a girl that's 17, 16 months before she turns 18, you add her as a friend, put that girl on layaway. Start building up that friendship right before she turns 18. I'm getting invited to that party. I'm bringing wine coolers back. Wine coolers. I like that joke. I'm way too young to have ever like drank wine coolers, and I'm straight. So, but my mom was probably knocking them down with me, bro. What other? Oh yeah, Facebook. You can tell how fat a girl is on Facebook too by how many pictures of her face she has. Like, this girl has 370 pictures. 369 are of her face from this angle. Like, I thought she had a cute friend this whole time, but it's just her shoulder. It's a very nice shoulder you got. You know, a lot of people don't eat at Chick-fil-A because of they don't like gay people or whatever. And I think it's really funny. Like, I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat there anyway, but some of my friends are real homophobic. I'm like, hey, you want to get a hamburger? Do I look gay to you? Give me a chicken sandwich, bro. Give me 2 chicken sandwiches. Those chickens died of Obamacare. You're so right. But I am Mexican, in case you were wondering. Like, you saw the hair, you thought I was Arab and you were worried. I don't take offense, I actually appreciate it. You're keeping your guard up. Arabs are sneaky. No, I'm pretty hairy though. And I gotta, you know, I don't like my women hairy like me, right? You know, because, you know, if I go down there, I don't want to get stuck, right? We can't both be hairy, that's not gonna work, right? My ex-girlfriend broke up with me though. They went a little bit too hairy. She was coughing up hairballs, like a cat. Like, that's because she was a good girlfriend. Yeah, I don't really miss the sex so much as the makeup sex. Wait, no, that's somebody else's joke. I don't miss the sex so much as I do the role playing during sex, right? We'd always pretend I was Ryan Gosling, and I get real into character, and I stay in character, you know, so much so it's still awkward when I masturbate to this day. Like I'm Ryan Gosling, just makes it so much hotter. Girls, you need to mean what you say. If you say, oh, I just want you to come in my face, that, to me, doesn't have a time limit. I mean, when you wake up the next morning to Spider-Man 3D, and you get web blasted, that's your fault. That is your fault for not telling me that. I'll leave you with a couple more jokes before I go, because my time's running short. All you fellas that got girlfriends, like, dude, your friends, we don't want to see you make humping motions. I had to explain this to one of my married buddies. Like, we worked together. He's like, yeah, he saw a hot girl. And every time he does it, I just think about his wife, because I know who he's in a relationship with, right? Like, if I do it, it's like any random girl, right? And it's like, oh, okay, that's funny. You know, but he does it, I'm imagining his wife there and looking at me, and I just feel so ashamed. And I tell him, keep doing it, keep doing it. Goonie was talking about beating his wife, so I'm gonna give you guys a couple tips before I go. If you got any ideas about beating your wife or whatever, you need to make sure you do it smart. You know, you need to do it places where like it's not, you don't see every day, like behind the knee or like, you know, pull her ear, give her an Indian burn, like come here, bitch. Give you an Indian burn. You've been acting stink. Oh, and my buddy Gabriel made a funny comment. He just didn't want to go the extra mile. He was talking about Shia LaBeouf and jamming these actors down your throat. It's the Jews. I'm just gonna go out there and say it. My Jewish buddy, like he has 3 family members there in Hollywood, and he's like, yeah, dude, just change your name, something last name Jewish, you'll get right in, right? Like Mexicans and Jews are totally polar opposites. We would have survived the Holocaust easily. I tell him that all the time. One, you put 50,000 Mexicans in one place, in a couple months, you're gonna get like 150,000. It doesn't work the same way, right? And if anybody wanted to get rid of us, they would have done it already. Just put a fence around a Home Depot. We jump in the back of cars, we don't even speak the same language, right? Like it's totally easy to catch us because nobody wants to do it because we super reproduce. Yeah, that's why I told him, I was like, bro, every time you talk to me about the Holocaust, it doesn't compute. We're 2 different breeds of people, right? So I just want to throw that really racist that probably hurt any chances of me actually getting to Hollywood, but say la vie.